Rusticus. I'm amazed how many of my Duke Catholics / Christians responded to Obama's call to avoid self-righteousness by being self-righteous. I even saw a priest I've known most of my life post a Britain First propaganda poster which argued the Crusades were Islam's fault. Scary.
That is scary.
It's really bizarre to me.
Well,
like, it's really weird. Like, how you can just twist and turn such concrete historical truths. Like, this isn't something that, you know, you can say, like, listen, my grandpappy was there and he told me such and such. Like, we're not even in that time period. Like, I'm not saying those people are right either.
I'd see it, actually. I could see it. My grandpappy was in the Crusades.
No, but I'm not saying that's right either. By far, it's completely, those people are bullshit artists too. But, you know, at least they can say they have someone who's telling them that alternative history, who could have possibly lived that alternative history. And maybe in that one instance that this guy is using, these people are using in those instances to say that whole thing was like that, maybe this one instance happened in the broader scale of things, within the broader scale of things. But where are they getting this Crusades nonsense? Like, you're right. Like, is there someone out there going like, listen, my grandpappy was in the Crusades? Like, where are they getting this? Who made this up?
Well, you just, you know, you need to dehumanize. I mean, and I think that there's a whole, particularly when
like,
you
is there even any old historical texts that say the Crusades were defensive of against Islam?
Well, I don't think that would be the previous. I mean, there was a time when it would be perfectly justifiable, which is probably what people would still like to live in, which is to say no. It was about, well, obviously politically and geographically, it's about conquering people. But
yes.
the religious explanation was, you know, the same way with everything else. Give them the light of Christianity.
Oh, yes.
And it's not, I mean, and it's just, you know, it's
But that's an offensive. That's not defensive.
Exactly. And it would be the equivalent of, you know, I mean, there's many Muslim invading armies across the world. They weren't trying to defend themselves. They were imposing and getting political advantage, and part of that's religion. It's basic, obvious history. But when President Obama, I remember one time Bill Maher.
And remember, there are people, you could definitely get to what you're saying, but
yeah.
Remember, there are people who want to bring us back to those times.
That's right.
Where the politics and the religion are so intertwined, it's the same fucking thing.
Exactly. Exactly. And right.
Those were dangerous times. We want to talk about radical Islam and terrorism now. You know, go back to the Crusades where the politics and the power was so inherently connected to the religion itself, whether it was Christianity or whether it was Islam. I mean, those were bloody, disgusting friggin' times.
Definitely.